On June 4th, 2021, 3 Locust Grove police officers in Henry County approached YouTuber Hellcat Infamous, suspecting him of loitering and potential involvement in drug-related activities at a gas station. Is the YouTuber related to any drug-related activity? Let's watch the video further and see what happens.
Showing up with a 54 male, quick trip, white Dodge Charger.
Deputy Nicole Colleen Pitts led her colleagues to approach and interrogate the YouTuber about his activities. The other 2 officials made their way to the spot after being called there by the lady officer.
Are you hanging out? Are you meeting somebody? Are you waiting on somebody? Are you lost?
I live on.
So, the reason I'm asking, we've been here how long? Probably 20 minutes?
30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Yeah,
You hadn't got any gas. You hadn't gone in and got any food.
No.
You parked at a gas pump. And I know the tank's not on the side. It's on the other side, right?
No, I don't even take this for the gas.
So, what are you doing?
The second officer entered the frame and asked the YouTuber whether he was hanging out with friends or doing something else. Subtly inquiring as to why he was there, the man responded that he resides there in response to the question, where the officer stated that they had a good reason to suspect criminal activity in the area due to its long-standing history of such activity.
Just chilling. I don't want to go home. I can't sit in the parking lot. Because I live out here.
Where you living? You have some ID? Who's your ID? Or is it at the bar?
Some people, what's the problem?
Acting all confused, the cop asked the guy again, what exactly is he doing at the gas station? Clueless Hellcat asked whether he's doing something wrong while staying up there, as he was just chilling and grabbing something to eat, which is not wrong.
You can make it super difficult, but you do know.
I'm just wondering why y'all. But I've literally been on the phone this whole.
I know.
Go and get your ID.
The YouTuber's identification was requested by the police, and the man complains and asked why she is doing so. The officer then advised the young man not to make matters any more difficult than they already were for themselves. The important thing to note here is, according to the 4th Amendment of the Constitution of the United States, a police officer is allowed to stop a suspect on the street and frisk him or her without probable cause to arrest if the officer has a reasonable suspicion that the person has committed, is committing, or is about to commit a crime and has a reasonable belief that the person may be armed. Well, in this case, the authorities assert that the YouTuber in question was loitering around the gas station and that the surrounding area was notorious for narcotics trafficking and other forms of criminal activity.
Get your ID, and then while you give us your ID, she can speak with you. But you need to identify yourself, so go and get your ID.
So right now, what it falls under is loitering.
Loitering?
Yes.
Yes.
Because, like, if you were, like, getting gas, waiting on somebody, like, if you were doing anything other than just kind of, like, hanging out, it wouldn't be an issue.
Well, I've been on the phone.
We know.
This area is known for narcotic activity. It's known for criminal activity.
The other officer barged in and asked for the man's ID and said that he is needed to be identified, where the lady officer comes and talks about why he's waiting there so long, as the area is quite popular for narcotics activity, and that's why they're asking for the man's identification. The man claimed he lives out here, where the cop says he believed him but still asked for the ID.
Because, you know, everybody...
I've never been like
listen,
I know a lot of detectives.
If you notice the folks come, they get their gas and they go.
Yeah, but
So, the state's definition of loitering is doing something not like the hanging out at the gas pump, not like the
The man gave his ID card for identification. After verifying the YouTuber's ID and discovering no prior criminal records, the officers continued their questioning before ultimately departing without filing any charges. This sequence of events raises questions about the legitimacy of their initial suspicion and the necessity of their prolonged interrogation. The absence of criminal records suggests a lack of reasonable grounds for their continued investigation.
That would add to it, but you didn't, so it makes it a little lot better. You get what I'm saying?
but I literally come here all the time. I live here. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's
but you
fine.
can't just if you're not doing any business, if you're not getting gas, you're not
Well,
going
I
to
was
get food.
actually finna go in there. I just had a phone conversation.
Well, that's cool. But now that we've had this communication, it's what they call dispelling the alarm. Now that we're able to figure out, okay, this guy doesn't have any issues or anything like that.
Now, the lady cop is trying to make the man understand that she came to question due to suspicion, but the man didn't run away after seeing the cop, and that's a green flag that he didn't do anything, to which the man got furious and asked, why would he even run when he's done nothing wrong? To which she replied that it looked better. She was trying to explain why she came in the first place, but her explanation was kind of dumb and baseless. Where the other cop comes in and tried to save the conversation but failed miserably, as the YouTuber claims that he lives nearby and there's nothing wrong with calling on a gas station and talking for a half hour. To which the cop replied that now that we are dispelling the alarm as they had the conversation with the YouTuber and nothing is wrong here.
Then we could be by our merry way. But we never met you a day in our life. I've never met you.
I've never got
She's
that.
never met you. He's never met you. So we're just doing our jobs, what we're getting paid to do.
The cops have stated they're merely performing the duties for which they are paid, and the lady cop was talking on her walkie-talkie.
You got to, and then head on home, alright?
Yeah, but
Second
that's
thing,
kind of
your-
crazy.
Look, it's
Like I've never.
Go look up loitering in Georgia
No,
code section.
my father's a retired sheriff.
Okay.
I
Well,
know, but I've never.
like I said, this area is known for drug transactions. We're gonna make sure none of that's occurring here tonight. So
The lady cop told the YouTuber to get home, where the YouTuber replied and called her crazy, where the male cop jumps into the conversation and told to look up loitering in Georgia, where it turned out that the YouTuber's father is a retired sheriff, to which the male cop said that the area is known for drug transactions and they're just making sure none of that's occurring there.
Well, no, I race at Silver Dollar. I do track nets. I don't do no drug activity.
And like you said earlier, the reason we got out with you and asked you and didn't just like immediately throw you in handcuffs is called dispelling the alarm. That's all that happened. So, but do these change? Like, can you make them just one regular color?
I can turn them off with a switch.
Okay, so the blue lights, you can't have blue lights.
The female officer stated there's a party going on in the area and they're concerned that there will be drugs involved. Because of this, they approached the YouTuber and asked him about it. However, the situation is completely different than what the officer stated, as there are many people in the gas station, but the police only had suspicions about the YouTuber, possibly because of his race. And they requested the YouTuber to change the color of his car's light, questioning why the blue color light is on rather than the standard one.
and you definitely should. Then you should definitely understand our job. Then you should understand. If you say all these things, and if you're in the profession, you would understand why we're doing our job.
That's why I had no problem.
Right. And we definitely appreciate the cooperation. No, it's not random. We sat there for a while.
The YouTuber tried to explain his point of view, stating that his father's a retired sheriff and he won't do things like that, to which the cop tried to explain himself, stating that the YouTuber should understand where the police are coming from. And then the cop stated they appreciate the cooperation. The policeman tried to explain they saw a guy coming towards the YouTuber and thought it could be drug-related, that's why they intervened, but the YouTuber replied the car he's driving. The guy complimented the car and nothing else.
Affairs going on. Now we're gonna be about our way. If we thought something nefarious was going on, then we'd be going a whole different direction. You understand? But we have to dispel alarm, make sure nothing nefarious is going on. You understand that?
The officers state that they'll be on their way after conversing with the YouTuber. They explain that if they had suspected any suspicious or illegal activities, their approach would have been different. However, their intention was to dispel any concerns and ensure that no nefarious actions were taking place. They encouraged the YouTuber to familiarize themselves with the relevant code section, specifically mentioning loitering, spelled it out, and recommended looking it up for further information.
Look it up.
Deputy Nicole Pitts, who was one of the cops that was involved in the event, was made to face the consequences of her actions by having her employment with the Locust Grove Police Department terminated. The particular factors that led to her being fired are being kept a secret for time being. During the course of a phone call, Chief of Police Derek Austin verified the accuracy of this information. On February 9, 2023, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine conducted a press conference at an elementary school in East Palestine, Ohio, to provide updates regarding the derailment of a train carrying toxic chemicals. During this time, News Nation correspondent Evan Lambert was in the back of the gymnasium, filming a pre-scheduled live update while Governor DeWine was speaking at the front. Two members of the Ohio State Highway Patrol and the Ohio National Guard's Major General John Harris Jr. approached Mr. Lambert and requested him to halt the broadcast, citing his alleged loudness. The ensuing interaction was captured by the body camera of one of the Highway Patrol troopers, although there was no available audio recording. Despite the absence of sound recording during the initial part of the interaction, the footage reveals an argument between Mr. Lambert and Major General Harris. Subsequently, Major General Harris is seen pushing Mr. Lambert. Following the incident, Mr. Lambert alleges that Major General Harris assaulted him, while Major General Harris claims he felt threatened. However, it is essential to acknowledge that this explanation seems to contradict the body camera footage, which shows Major General Harris as the instigator of the altercation and does not display any physically aggressive behavior from Mr. Lambert. Sheriff Brian McLaughlin of the Columbiana County Sheriff's Office instructs Mr. Lambert to depart from the area. In response, Mr. Lambert clarifies that he is attempting to listen to the press briefing and carry out his job, emphasizing that his actions are protected by the First Amendment.
Go. Just talk outside. Come out the door.
Out the doors. Out the doors.
By other media right here.
I'm gonna listen.
I don't care. You're going to walk out the door.
I'm gonna listen.
You're going to walk
Do
out
not
the door.
touch me.
Why not, sir? You're going to walk out the door. Or you're going to jail.
Do not touch me.
Sir, can we talk outside, please?
I am trying to
Can we talk
listen.
outside, please?
And he escalated with me. I am doing my job. This is covered by the First Amendment.
The First Amendment of the United States Constitution explicitly prohibits Congress from creating any laws that would restrict the freedom of the press. Courts have interpreted this clause to safeguard not only the press's right to publish news, but also their right to gather and acquire newsworthy information. In this particular case, the court made a definitive differentiation between the circumstances of that case and the current situation.
Right. Oh,
Sir?
Because this is bad. Stop.
I am on the ground. Sir.
Stop resisting. Stop. Stop. You shouldn't get this.
Resist.
This is so bad.
Lay on your back. Lay flat. Lay flat, please.
You guys, he's a national correspondent. You cannot do this.
I'm a reporter with News Nation. It's all being recorded right now.
I hope it is.
This is
Excessive force.
horrible.
Because you can't talk to people about doing their jobs.
Oh my God, I cannot believe this.
This is what it's like to be a black reporter in
Evan, I'm so
2023.
sorry. Evan, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Sia.
Pull over, sir.
The court emphasized that the mayor did not withhold access to information that was commonly available to other media representatives or prevent the reporter from participating in press conferences. In this scenario, Mr. Lambert's reporting did not seem to cause any disruption, as Governor DeWine mentioned that he was unaware of the incident, only hearing about the disagreement that occurred after the troopers and Major General Harris approached Mr. Lambert.
You got to record all that.
I did, sir. You want me to shut off?
No, you can keep recording. We just need to make sure that no one else comes in here that's not authorized.
This disrespect.
Hello.
We've been waiting for.
In his statement, Governor DeWine acknowledged that reporters possess the full right to report during press briefings. Mr. Lambert could assert a compelling argument that his First Amendment rights were infringed upon by being excluded from the press conference, considering that he was merely performing his job as a reporter.
It's the worst possible time in the world, okay? But there's nothing that we can do about that. He's committed to doing his live show. He's got people talking to him. He doesn't know whether.
Upon Mr. Lambert's refusal to leave the press conference, East Palestine Detective Daniel Howder and Columbiana County Chief Deputy Jennifer Tucker notify him of his arrest. Subsequently, when he appears to make a slight attempt to move away from the officers, they take action and force him to the ground before handcuffing him.
Comes over and says,
I don't want you here.
okay.
He still refused.
I didn't
So now
witness
he's
it.
arrested.
I didn't witness anything.
That's his own fault. He's arrested. All he had to do was type up.
I didn't.
And he just kept on
all
arguing with
I'm
us.
telling you is from the television standpoint of
Later in the episode, the matter of whether the officers possess sufficient probable cause to arrest Mr. Lambert will be addressed. If a court were to determine that the arrest was legally justified, there exists the possibility that Mr. Lambert could face a conviction for resisting arrest, even if he were to be acquitted of the trespassing charge. Despite the charges against Mr. Lambert being dropped, no information has been provided regarding any disciplinary measures against the involved officers, including Major General Harris. It remains unclear whether Mr. Lambert or News Nation intends to pursue legal action against any of the parties involved. On the whole, the numerous officers involved receive criticism, as they are likely to have infringed upon Mr. Lambert's First Amendment rights by unjustly excluding him from a public press conference, arresting him for refusing to relinquish those rights, and employing unnecessary force during his arrest and initial disagreement with Major General Harris.
Here is Orlando police pulling over the wrong one.
You're good. What agency you with?
I'm the state attorney.
This is Aramis Ayala, the first black state attorney elected in the state of Florida.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Your tag didn't come back. Never seen that before. I'm sorry? Yeah. We're good now.
So it was...
We ran the tag. I've never seen it before. A Florida tag. It's never come back to anything before. So that's the reason for the stop.
Befuddled with the officer's reason, she asks a simple follow-up.
What was the tag run for?
I'm sorry?
What was the tag run for?
Oh, we run tags all the time, whether it's the traffic lights and that sort of stuff. That's how we figure out if, cars are stolen and that sort of thing. Also, the windows were really dark. I don't have a tint measurer, but...
You can see Ayala smirking, because she knows what's up.
That's another reason for the stop.
Alright.
Oh.
You guys have cards on you?
Yeah, 1 second, please. Actually, this isn't my...
In a video that recently emerged, Orlando police can be seen pulling over Aramis Ayala, the first black state attorney elected in Florida. Ayala, clearly surprised and confused, questions the reason behind the traffic stop. The officer responds by mentioning that they ran the license plate as part of a routine procedure. Ayala firmly denies any violation of laws and asserts that her license plate and tinted windows are in full compliance with Florida law. Despite her explanation, the video has sparked outrage among some viewers who argue that the traffic stop was racially motivated, implying racial profiling is the reason behind it. This incident has gained significant national attention with news outlets covering the story. Furthermore, it became a part of an ongoing lawsuit involving Ayala and Governor Rick Scott. The lawsuit raises questions about the justification behind Governor Scott's decision to remove Ayala's office from 21 first-degree murder cases, including the trial of accused police killer Mark Heath Lloyd.
Oh, you kind of match the suspect in the description of what I'm looking for. What's your name? What's your name? Why? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Okay, well, like I said, just come here. We're trying to figure this out, man.
Working out? Serious?
Do what?
I'm working out. I'm doing a run.
I just got a call for a family violence.
Dude.
What's your name, dude?
I'm not giving you my name. I'm just here working out.
Okay, if that's all it is, I
Then
just
let
need
me
to get your
go.
name. That's not. I need to know your
I'm
name.
not giving you my name. I don't have to give you my name.
The San Antonio Police Department pulled this on an innocent man.
Okay, why are you acting like this, man?
Because I'm working out and you're bothering me. I'm being bothered on a
Because
fucking
you
normal
match
run.
the description of somebody that just choked your girl.
I don't care what description. I just want to do my damn run.
All I need to know is your name.
Hey, damn, dude. Do a damn run.
All I need to know is any kind of information you got.
I don't have any information to give to you.
What's
I'm on
your
the
name?
run.
What's your name then?
You're not getting that information.
Okay, well then you're gonna be detained right now, okay?
Okay, for what?
For being a suspect of family violence until I figure out who you are. Okay. I'm gonna put you in the back of my car, okay? Since you wanna act like that.
No, I'm gonna be right here.
No, you're not. You're going to the back of my
I
car
want to
until
sit
I get
right
this
here. I
figured out.
didn't do anything. I want to sit right down in the grass.
You're gonna go in the car.
In another incident, a man is seen being detained by San Antonio Police Department officers. The man questions why he's being detained, to which officers respond that he matches the description of a suspect involved in a family violence case. The man asserts his innocence and refuses to provide his identification, stating that he is working and being bothered unnecessarily.
Doing
All I
wrong.
needed to know was your name. That
So,
was it.
did I break a rule?
Any kind of ID or anything on you.
Don't touch me, bro. I don't sit to a search.
I'm not searching you. I'm just
You're
fixing
touching me. No, you're not fixing me. You're touching my shorts and going to my...
Why are you acting like this, man? All I
Why do
need
you
to know
think?
is your name.
Why do you think?
Because I just got a family violence call and my
Okay.
victim said that you matched the suspect. You're not under arrest. You're just being detained right now. All I need to know is your info, and that was it. I won't get you out of here. But if you want to play like this, it's just going to be a long run, man. So, where do you live at? No. Not going to answer me. Why? Why?
The officers attempt to search the man, but he resists, insisting that they have no right to search him. The situation escalates as the officers forcefully try to place the man in their patrol car while he continues to protest his innocence. The man mentions that he's a lawyer and records the encounter live on Facebook to ensure transparency.
Look, I'm a lawyer, man. I don't have to cooperate whatsoever with you. If you want to take me in, please do. 1 second, please. Alright, so we're recording this live because I don't trust the cops whatsoever. Sorry, that's just my opinion. I'm not going to provide you any information, sir.
Okay. What's your name?
Do not cooperate. I'm a lawyer.
And I understand you have video of what happened earlier, sir?
Yep, posted live on Facebook for everybody.
What's the Facebook account supposed to know?
I'm not providing you any information.
And your birthday, ma'am?
Do I have to give you?
You do not.
Okay. You want your card back, ma'am?
No.
Okay. All right. You guys have a good day, okay?
The person who was a witness came to the station and told them he didn't like what he saw and uploaded it online afterwards. The officers came back for his name and birthday, but he refused to give it to them. The man records the encounter live on Facebook and expresses his distrust of police. The conversation ends with the officers returning the man's identification card and allowing him to leave, while he asserts his rights and states that he does not trust the police. Now let's move to another video.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back now! Okay. Now! Okay, it's behind my back, sir.
In a recent incident in Pittsburgh, a police officer named Paul Abel found himself in a humiliating situation that was captured on camera.
You didn't listen! I told you to go away! I didn't do it! You didn't want to listen! You told me to go away for what reason? Dude, I don't have to sit here and have conversations. Did I commit a crime? Did I tell you to give me your ID? Ma'am, I'm on...
Bystanders who witnessed the incident began to question Officer Abel's actions and demanded an explanation as to why he was making an arrest without any apparent justification.
Hey!
Why is he under arrest?
Dude, I'm hacked. Can you please tell me?
I know this kid since he was 3 years old.
I don't care.
Okay?
Can you please tell me what I'm under arrest for? Would you sit down? Okay. Get down on the ground. Can you please tell me what I'm under arrest for, sir? Failure to disperse. Disperse for what reason?
Failure to disperse.
During the incident, Officer Abel was accused of using a taser on an individual and conducting an illegal search of a bystander's bag.
3806, Abel, please walk away. Give me space. Please keep
I don't want to walk away.
Keep recording. Sure. Walk back in.
We know his sister, his father. He's a member of his community. He works at the JC. What's the problem is?
This is out of hand.
He decided to be disrespectful to me.
He's allowed to do that.
Yeah, he's allowed to.
It doesn't matter.
No. You're being absolutely out of hand.
I'm not allowed to tell you what he did. You want to know what he did? Then walk away. If you don't want to know what he did, then walk away.
I want to know what he did. What did he do?
Are you going to interrupt me again?
Here's what you said he did.
I told him to walk away. He kept blocking the entrance. I said it 3 times.
Okay.
Wouldn't move.
Is it a public thoroughfare? Is it private property?
Right now it is.
These actions raise concerns about police brutality and the disregard for the experiences of minorities, as the incident occurred in the context of ongoing discussions about the mistreatment of marginalized communities by law enforcement. What further amplifies these concerns is Officer Abel's history of controversial incidents. In one instance, he mistakenly assaulted an innocent person after pursuing someone he believed had assaulted him in a bar. The individual was ultimately found to be the wrong person, but Officer Abel faced no legal consequences for his actions. The city, however, did pay a civil settlement of around $45,000. In a recent incident,
You shouldn't engage them no information. That's illegal. This illegal search.
Did somebody else stop you today?
Don't worry. No, he ain't got to answer no questions. He ain't got to answer no questions.
Just so you know, I got body camera.
It don't matter. It ain't on though right now. You didn't press the button. I know law, bro. If you ain't committing no crime, you ain't got no business right here asking no question, interrogating them. This is a legal detain. What crime was committed? Who would they say was watching? Who they said that did it? Who are you looking for? What's the person's name? What's the description of the person, officer? What's your badge number? What's your badge number?
Rosenbaum 161.
161? Okay. I'll be calling your office. They know who I am, Toy Battle. You have suspicion?
I'm not stopping you.
You have suspicion? Well, you ain't supposed to ask that, though, because you're running them right now in leads.
You're free to go right now.
Yeah, you is free to go. He is free to go. He always free to go. And don't ask somebody else on how with their name without them committing crimes. That is illegal. Y'all time is almost up. All right? Don't ask nobody their name and their ID. That's illegal.
Everybody good out here?
Yeah, everybody always good out here. We only good when you ain't out here manipulating people. Have a nice day. Stop scanning people's names. Find some real criminals.
Police officers caught harassing black men, and the entire incident was recorded. The person who recorded the incident demonstrated a deep understanding of their rights and courageously questioned the officer's actions. The video serves as a stark reminder of the pervasive issue of racial injustice and police brutality that occurs on a daily basis. The incident also draws attention to Colin Kaepernick, a prominent figure who protested against racial injustice by taking a knee during the national anthem. Kaepernick's activism led to the establishment of the Know Your Rights campaign, which aimed to educate and empower individuals, particularly youth, on interacting with law enforcement and understanding their rights. Other instances of racial profiling and injustices faced by black individuals. One such case is Michael Bennett, a professional football player who was wrongly accused of injuring a paraplegic woman during the Super Bowl. Despite new video evidence clearing his name, Bennett's case exemplifies the challenges faced by black individuals in the face of racial profiling. There are so many issues that are unaddressed. On July 20th, 2022, an auditor from the Clear Lake Community Watch, who will be referred to as Mr. Clear Lake, was driving past Deputy C. Vega of the Harris County Sheriff's Office as the deputy was conducting a traffic stop in Seabrook, Texas. Mr. Clear Lake rolled down his window and yelled an anti-police sentiment, including profanity at Deputy Vega as he drove by. In response to this incident, Deputy Vega abandoned the ongoing traffic stop, got back onto his vehicle, made a U-turn, and began to follow Mr. Clear Lake. Mr. Clear Lake, acting responsibly, properly signaled and made a right turn, prompting Deputy Vega to activate his lights in an attempt to pull him over. In compliance with the signal, Mr. Clear Lake immediately pulled into a nearby gas station and brought his vehicle to a stop.
Why do you pull me over?
I'll tell you that if you roll it down.
Why can't you tell me now?
Because the reason I pulled you over is you were yelling something from your car.
So what?
Huh?
So what? That's why you pull me over, because I'm yelling?
I don't know if you're in need of help or anything.
Oh, I don't need help.
So,
Thank you.
Okay, let me see your driver's license real quick.
I don't need help.
Deputy Vega asserted that he stopped Mr. Clear Lake's vehicle due to Mr. Clear Lake's yelling from the window. Nevertheless, Deputy Vega clarified that his primary concern was for Mr. Clear Lake's well-being, rather than taking offense at the content of his speech. It's worth noting that the First Amendment prohibits government officials from engaging in retaliatory measures against individuals for their protected expression. In this situation, it is undeniably evident that Mr. Clear Lake was involved in protected activity, as protected by the Supreme Court's long-standing recognition of profanity as protected speech under the First Amendment. Deputy Vega himself acknowledged that he initiated the traffic stop because of Mr. Clear Lake's yelling from the window. However, it remains uncertain whether a court would conclude that undergoing a traffic stop resulting in a warning without any citation or arrest would be considered an injury that could deter an individual of ordinary resilience from continuing to engage in the same expressive activity. In the 2012 case of Simmons v. City of Mahmoud, it was stated that not all instances of police detention would deter an individual of ordinary resilience from exercising their protected rights.
You can just crack your window if that's what you want to do.
It's already cracked.
I can't see that.
Well,
This thing.
it doesn't matter. Here. I don't wish to answer questions.
You have to let me know if there's a weapon in the car. Did you not take the class?
I did.
Did they tell you you have to tell them?
When you demand identification, I have to display this. That's what they told me in the class. That's what the law says.
If the officer wants to take the weapon.
And actually, if I don't display, there's really not much you can do because there is no penalty attached to that. I have to carry this if I'm carrying this.
Are you carrying?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, so if you have a weapon in the car, then what?
Consequently, there exists the possibility that a court might find Mr. Clear Lake unable to pursue a First Amendment retaliation claim, despite Deputy Vega's evident retaliatory intent when initiating the traffic stop. However, the likelihood is much higher that Mr. Clear Lake could succeed in a claim asserting Deputy Vega's violation of his Fourth Amendment rights by initiating the traffic stop without reasonable suspicion or probable cause. Mr. Clear Lake, who had a holstered firearm on his right hip, presented both his driver's license and his license to carry as requested by Deputy Vega. However, when asked by Deputy Vega about the presence of a handgun in the car, Mr. Clear Lake declined to answer. As per Section 46.02 of the Texas Penal Code, it is considered an offense if a person intentionally, knowingly, or recklessly carries a handgun in a motor vehicle in plain view, except if the person is 21 years of age or older or possesses a valid handgun carry license and the handgun is properly holstered.
What is your name? Your name? Sheriff, that's your name? Sheriff?
Right above it, right there.
I'm not familiar with the English alphabet, sir.
Be on the ticket.
Okay, can I have an incident number, please? Oh, a ticket, okay.
When Deputy Vega asked for identification, Mr. Clear Lake adhered to the statute's requirements, and it was not necessary for him to respond to any further inquiries from Deputy Vega concerning the potential presence of a handgun in the vehicle. Policy 302 of the Harris County Sheriff's Department Handbook establishes guidelines for what is considered professional conduct among deputies and other HCSO employees. This policy imposes an obligation on them to provide official identification when required. Upon Deputy Vega's notification that the traffic stop had concluded, he directed Mr. Clearlake to remain inside his vehicle. Although Mr. Clearlake opened the door, he showed no signs of attempting to exit. As a response to this action, Deputy Vega drew his weapon.
Did I exit the vehicle? Did I exit the vehicle?
Give you a heads up.
Did I exit the vehicle? Hey, can I? You do have a dash cam, right? Very good. You can't just pull me over because I said the police. I hope you realize that, stupid. I'm sorry?
Do you have insurance on the vehicle?
Yeah.
Can you show it to me, please? It doesn't come back.
Of course it comes back.
Not on my system, it doesn't. Also, it's not typical behavior.
According to the policy, deputies can ready their weapons when approaching potentially dangerous situations, but displaying or pointing firearms in a threatening manner is only permitted when objectively reasonable. Deputy Vega's actions removing the firearm when Mr. Clearlake opened the vehicle door might be justified due to potential concerns.
Did you read my address on the driver license?
It didn't have an address. Didn't have an apartment number on your driver's
Of course it does.
Let me see. Can you verify?
You've already seen it. I've already complied with that part.
I know. Okay, I'll be right back. Yeah, I say that I've never met anybody quite like you that would yell at an officer doing their job. But
So,
you have a great
let
day.
me
There's no
understand.
warnings, no fines, no penalties.
May I ask you a question?
Questions on there? There's the address.
Yeah,
There's
no, I
the,
have a
there's
question.
an incident
Can you
number
get your
on the thing right
supervisor
there.
here, please? Is the stop over?
The stop is over. You may leave.
All right.
Please don't exit until I get out. Until I leave.
Well, you said the stop is over, right?
There is no indication that Mr. Clearlake had received any materials from the public records request. Additionally, he has expressed his intention to file a complaint and a lawsuit.
For what? Failed to signal with turn indicator within 100 feet. Drew the weapon on me. He drew the gun.
In conclusion, Deputy Vega's actions are heavily criticized, earning him an F grade for retaliating against Mr. Clearlake, who is exercising his First Amendment rights. The initiation of a traffic stop without reasonable suspicion and unnecessary brandishing of his firearm are the specific reasons for this criticism.